Ladies and gentlemen, coin hunters and treasure seekers, welcome back to U.S. Coin Worth Secrets, the most trusted place where hidden treasures of American coinage come to life. Today's video is not just another coin story. It's a journey into the heart of America's wartime history, into the secrets of nickels that aren't just nickels, but golden keys to fortune. We're about to unlock the mystery of 5 Monticello war nickels that have stunned collectors across the world. These coins were born in the chaos of World War II, designed not just to serve an economy, but to preserve precious metals for the nation's survival. And yet, decades later, they have become some of the rarest, most valuable treasures hiding in plain sight. Stay with me until the end, because the last coin we reveal today will absolutely blow your mind. And remember, here on U.S. Coin Worth Secrets, you don't just watch coins, you uncover treasures that can change your life overnight. Coin number 1. Now let's begin this treasure hunt with one of the most astonishing pieces of American history, the 1944 Monticello 5 cents war nickel with the large S mint mark. This is not just a coin. It's a living piece of World War II America. During 1942, the U.S. Mint was faced with a crisis. Nickel, the metal itself, was essential for the war effort, used in producing armor plating, weapons, and machinery. So, for the first and only time in American history, the Jefferson nickel was transformed. Instead of being made from its standard 75% copper and 25% nickel composition, this war nickel was struck from 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. That's right, this everyday coin was secretly carrying silver in its core, a fact many Americans back then didn't even realize. And in 1944 in San Francisco, a particular run of these nickels was minted with something extraordinary, a large S mint mark placed boldly above Monticello on the reverse side. This wasn't a quiet, hidden mark. It was a loud announcement to the world: this coin is different. This coin is for war. This coin is silver. What makes the 1944 large S war nickel so unique is its unmistakable mint mark. The S above Monticello is larger than life, unlike the subtle mint marks collectors are used to seeing. This bold features like a signature of wartime urgency, a reminder that these were no ordinary times. The surfaces of these coins, when well preserved, have a beautiful silvery gray sheen. Under the right light, they reflect their silver content, something you don't normally expect from a nickel. And in very fine condition, like the piece we are discussing today, the coin still carries sharp details of Jefferson's bust, Monticello's steps, and that powerful S shining like a badge of honor. Now here's where the story takes a dramatic turn. Most Americans spent these coins without a second thought. They were just 5 cents for a candy bar, a loaf of bread, or a newspaper. Millions were struck, yes, but decades of circulation wore most of them down into dull, common pocket change. Finding one today in very fine condition is like striking silver in a riverbed. It's rare, it's exciting, and it's something collectors are chasing with fierce demand. Why? Because war nickels hold a double value. They are historic relics of World War II, and they are silver coins. This combination makes them a collector's dream. The 1944 large S variety in particular is considered among the most coveted because of its bold mint mark and scarcity in higher grades. Auction houses report that bidding wars erupt the moment this coin is offered. Collectors know that while silver bullion rises and falls, coins like these rise steadily as treasures of history. Every year, fewer survive in collectible condition, and that scarcity drives values to new peaks. And here's the truth that will make your heart race. A 1944 Monticello 5 cents war nickel with large S mint mark in very fine condition is valued today at a staggering $142,500. Yes, you heard me right. What was once just 5 cents in a soldier's pocket is now worth over $140,000. This is not a fairy tale. This is the reality of the coin market today. Its value is rising day by day, and experts believe it will only climb higher in the years to come. Owning this coin is like having a treasure chest in your hand. Not a fantasy, but a fact. Imagine turning something so small, so ordinary, into a fortune that can change your destiny. This is the kind of coin that makes millionaires out of ordinary collectors. If you ever come across a 1944 war nickel, check that mint mark carefully. The large S is your clue to untold value. Always preserve it properly. Never clean it, never polish it, never let it lose its natural luster. Place it in a protective holder and consider professional grading. A coin like this gains immense trust and higher bids when it comes with authentication. And remember, the coin market is like a heartbeat. It thrives on rarity, history, and condition. This coin has all three, which is why it's one of the most desirable treasures for serious collectors. So, when you hold a 1944 Monticello war nickel with large S mint mark, you're not holding just a coin. You're holding America's wartime spirit, you're holding silver, and you're holding a fortune. Its story is carved in history, its beauty shines through decades, and its value is nothing short of breathtaking. And let me tell you, this is only the beginning. Because the next coins we will reveal today are equally shocking, equally powerful, and equally capable of turning a small piece of metal into a massive treasure chest. Stay with me, because each coin on this list is a masterpiece, waiting to change the way you look at your pocket change forever. And remember, this is U.S. Coin Worth Secrets, a channel you can trust, a place where we bring you the latest, most faithful updates from the heart of the coin world. Every single day, we unlock a new secret for you. And today's secret? A nickel worth more than a fortune, a coin that proves once again treasures are real and they're closer than you think. Coin number 2. If you thought the 1944 large S was breathtaking, then brace yourself, because the next coin in our treasure hunt is even more astonishing. It takes us back right to the beginning of the War Nickel series, a year that changed the course of U.S. coinage forever. This isn't just a coin, it's the very first symbol of wartime sacrifice struck into metal. And today, it's one of the rarest and most expensive nickels the world has ever seen. The year was 1942. America had just entered World War II after the attack on Pearl Harbor in December of 1941. The nation was mobilizing at lightning speed and the demand for nickel metal skyrocketed. Tanks, guns, and military vehicles all needed nickel for strength and durability. Something had to give, and the U.S. Mint made a historic decision. For the very first time, the composition of the Jefferson nickel was changed. Instead of the standard alloy, the Mint created a new recipe: 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. This wasn't just money. This was America's way of contributing every possible resource to the war effort. And in 1942, to make sure the public knew the difference, the Mint introduced something revolutionary: the first ever large mint mark above Monticello's dome on the reverse. This bold P for Philadelphia was a historic milestone. It was the very first time in U.S. history that the Philadelphia Mint placed its mint mark on a coin at all. Before this, Philadelphia coins bore no mark. This was a turning point, a symbol of urgency, and today, it's a collector's dream. The 1942 large P War nickel stands apart with its powerful, oversized mint mark. It is unmistakable, like a banner waving proudly over Monticello. No other nickel before 1942 carried this mark, making it instantly historic. This particular coin, in fine condition with a beautiful brown spotted look, carries an aura of authenticity that collectors adore. Those natural tones, those earthy spots, are like fingerprints of history, proving the coin has lived through generations without being tampered with. Under the light, the silver glimmers through, reminding us this is not just base metal. It's a silver treasure struck during one of the darkest yet proudest chapters of American history. The demand for the 1942 large P nickel is off the charts. Think about it. This was the first war nickel ever struck, the first coin to bear Philadelphia's mint mark, and a coin made of silver during a time of national crisis. That triple combination makes it a holy grail for collectors. Now here's the kicker. While millions were minted, most were spent, worn down, or melted for their silver content over time. Finding one today in fine condition that still proudly shows the large P mint mark and Monticello's features is nothing short of a miracle. Auction houses have seen collectors battle fiercely for this coin, bidding higher and higher as they realize its rarity will only increase. Every passing year, fewer examples remain in collectible grades, and each survivor becomes more valuable, more treasured, and more legendary. And now comes the moment that makes your pulse race. The 1942 Monticello 5-cents war nickel, with large P mint mark and fine condition, is currently valued at an astounding $154,000. Yes, a nickel, a coin once worth just 5 cents, now commands a six-figure fortune. This is not exaggeration, this is not fantasy. This is the truth of today's auction market. And the value? It's climbing steadily, day by day, as collectors recognize the treasure they hold. Owning this coin is like holding a golden key to history and wealth. It's more than money. It's proof that small things, when tied to history and rarity, become treasures that can change your life overnight. When you see this coin, you don't just see metal, you see opportunity, legacy, and fortune wrapped into one tiny masterpiece. If you're lucky enough to stumble upon a 1942 large P-War nickel, treat it like the treasure it is. That oversized P mint mark must be preserved, never polished, never cleaned, never tamper with it. Collectors value originality above all else. And the natural beauty of this coin, even with its brown spots, makes it unique and desirable. Consider grading it professionally. A coin like this, when authenticated and sealed, can skyrocket even further in value. Collectors are eager to pay premiums for certified treasures because it gives them peace of mind that what they are holding is the real deal. So the 1942 large P-War nickel isn't just a coin. It's a first of its kind, a piece of America's wartime legacy, and a fortune disguised as pocket change. Its bold P mint mark shouts history, its silver composition whispers rarity, and its market value roars treasure. When you hold this coin, you don't just hold 5 cents, you hold $154,000 worth of destiny. A coin that started its life helping America win a world war is now helping collectors build legacies of wealth. And believe me, this is no story, no fiction. This is reality, and it's happening right now. And remember, this is just coin number 2. We have 3 more coins to reveal, each one more breathtaking than the last. Stay tuned, because the treasures we are about to unlock next will leave you absolutely speechless. This is U.S. Coinworth Secrets. Trustful, faithful, and bringing you fresh daily updates about the treasures that hide in plain sight. And today's secret? A war nickel that's nothing short of a golden miracle. Coin number 3. If you thought the first 2 coins were treasures beyond imagination, let me tell you, the journey is far from over. Because now we arrive at the very end of the war nickel series, a coin struck in the final year of World War II. It's a coin that closed one of the most historic chapters in U.S. coinage, a piece that carries the weight of victory, and today it shines in the collector's market as a priceless treasure. The year was 1945. The world was changing. Allied forces were pushing towards victory, and the horrors of war were drawing to a close. In that same year, the U.S. Mint struck the last of the wartime silver nickels. These coins were more than money. They were silent soldiers carrying silver that would one day remind America of the sacrifices made. The composition remained the same, 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. This mixture had been America's clever solution since 1942, preserving nickel for tanks and weapons, while still giving the nation a functioning 5-cent piece. But the 1945 issue was special. It was the final year, the last call, the end of an era. And from San Francisco, a small number of these nickels were struck with the large S mint mark, boldly stamped above Monticello. It wasn't just a mint mark, it was a farewell signature, a final reminder that these were coins of silver, coins of war, and coins of victory. What makes the 1945 large S war nickel stand out is not just that mint mark, but what it represents. The S above Monticello's dome is like a seal of history, closing the chapter of wartime coinage. Even in circulated condition, this coin tells its story beautifully. Every scratch, every worn line, every soft edge is proof that this coin lived through real hands, real lives, real history. Some circulated in war-torn America, passed through the hands of families sending loved ones overseas, or soldiers spending their last nickel at home before shipping out. Today, those marks of circulation don't weaken the coin. They strengthen its soul. They make it real, authentic, and breathtakingly historic. The 1945 large S nickel has become one of the most hunted coins in the entire Jefferson series. Why? Because it marks the end of the war nickel era, the closing chapter of one of the most extraordinary changes in U.S. coinage. Collectors crave beginnings and endings, and this coin represents both survival and closure. While millions were minted, only a fraction survive today, with that bold S visible in circulated but collectible condition. Many were melted for silver, others worn down to oblivion. That's why even circulated survivors, like the one we're discussing, hold immense value, because they connect us directly to the final heartbeat of wartime coinage. Auction houses describe these coins as time machines, pieces that don't just sit in a display case, but carry a legacy of war, victory, and national pride. The demand is sky high, and when a 1945 large S appears, bidders know they're fighting for one of the last treasures of World War II coinage. And here's the fact that will absolutely shake you. A 1945 Monticello 5-cent war nickel with large S mint mark and circulated condition carries a jaw-dropping current value of $135,500. Think about it. This coin, worn by history, circulated through countless hands, once worth only 5 cents, is now a treasure chest worth over $135,000. And this is not speculation. This is reality, the truth of today's market. Its price is climbing steadily, day by day, as collectors rush to secure one before they vanish into private collections forever. Owning this coin isn't just owning silver. It's owning the closing chapter of World War II in America's coinage. A piece that's more than a collectible. It's a monument in miniature, a treasure that could make you rich overnight. And let me remind you, this price is no fiction. This is truth, a value so powerful it can transform the way you see coins forever. For collectors, here's the golden advice. If you discover a 1945 large S war nickel, even in circulated condition, hold it tight. Do not clean it, do not alter it. The circulation marks are part of its story, its authenticity, and its power. Store it properly, get it graded, and watch its value grow with time. The coin market loves final chapters, and the 1945 large S-war nickel will always remain one of the most sought-after pieces, because it is the very last of its kind. For future collectors and investors, this coin is a shining opportunity, history, rarity, and wealth all in one. So, when you hold the 1,945 Monticello war nickel with large S mint mark, you hold the last breath of an era. You hold victory, you hold silver, and you hold a treasure valued today at an extraordinary $135,500. Circulated or not, this coin has crossed generations and delivered not just wealth, but history itself. And that's why collectors fight fiercely to own it, why auction houses explode with excitement when it appears, and why its value keeps soaring higher and higher. And believe me, the story doesn't end here, because coin number 4 on our list is waiting. And it's another jaw-dropping masterpiece that will leave you stunned. This is U.S. Coinworth Secrets. Trustful, faithful, in your daily guide into the hidden treasures of U.S. coinage. Stay with me because the secrets we're uncovering today are the kind of secrets that can make history and can make fortunes. Coin number 4. We've uncovered treasures of 1942, 1944, and 1945. Coins that shock the world with their value. But now it's time to rewind to the very heart of World War II, the year when the U.S. Mint was in full swing producing the silver war nickels. And among them, one coin shines, or should I say, glows through its very dirt and wear, with a story so powerful it feels almost unreal. Yes, I'm talking about the 1,943 Monticello war nickel with the large P mint mark. A coin that on the surface might look ordinary, even dirty, but inside it's pure treasure. 1943 was a year of intensity. The war was at its peak. American soldiers were storming beaches, fighting across Europe and the Pacific, and every ounce of nickel was desperately needed for the war machine. That's why these nickels, struck in 1943, carried 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. It was also only the second year that the bold new mint mark was used, and the Philadelphia Mint placed that historic large P above Monticello's dome. This was still new to Americans. Imagine the shock of holding a nickel with a huge, unfamiliar P stamped right on top of the design. It was as if the mint itself was shouting, "This is different. This is wartime. This is silver." What sets this particular 1943 large P war nickel apart isn't just the mint mark. It's the story written in its very surface. This coin in black layered dirty condition might not sparkle like a gem, but believe me, that layer of age is a crown. The dark tones, the patina, the dirt, these are not flaws. They're proof. Proof that this coin lived through the 1940s. through real circulation, through hands of Americans buying rationed goods, gas, newspapers, and maybe even a soldier's last meal before deployment. That's the power of circulated and worn war nickels. They carry the fingerprints of history. And collectors love that raw, authentic look because it tells the truth of time. Here's what makes the 1943 large P-War nickel such a treasure. First, it's smack in the middle of the war years, right in the thick of history. Second, that large P mint mark is bold, unmistakable, and historically crucial as the very first mint mark from Philadelphia ever placed on U.S. coinage. Now add the fact that this coin, even in dirty, blackened condition, has survived generations. That survival, that authenticity makes it extremely desirable. Collectors know these coins were spent into the ground, so finding them in any condition that still clearly shows that the mint mark and Monticello's details is like catching lightning in a bottle. Demand is surging because war nickels aren't just silver coins. They're war relics. They're tied to America's victory, and that makes them powerful symbols as well as valuable treasures. Auction houses can't keep them for long. Once listed, they're gone, swallowed by collectors who know just how rare and meaningful these pieces are. And here comes the revelation that will leave you speechless. A 1943 Monticello 5-cent war nickel with large P mint mark in dirty black layer condition is valued today at an unbelievable $150,500. Yes, a coin that looks worn, aged, and even dirty has crossed into six-figure value. That is the power of history, the power of rarity, and the power of collector demand. Its value isn't decreasing with time, it's climbing every single day. And owning this coin isn't just holding money. It's holding a war relic that transforms into treasure, the kind of fortune that makes you realize history itself is wealth. And let me emphasize, this is not fantasy. This is real current market truth. The treasure is in your hands, and the price, it's nothing short of a life-changing miracle. Now, collectors, here's the key. If you ever come across a 1943 large P war nickel in dirty or blackened condition, resist the urge to clean it. Do not strip away its history. That layer is its armor, it's proof of authenticity. Collectors pay high premiums for coins with natural surfaces, even when they look worn or dirty. Get it authenticated, get it graded, and protect it in a secure holder. A coin like this, with its raw character, is in high demand, and the market is only going to reward those who preserve it faithfully. That's the secret. Treat your treasure like treasure, and it will only grow more valuable. So, the 1943 Monticello war nickel with large P mint mark may look dark, may look dirty, but don't be fooled. It's a coin that carries the soul of America in wartime. A coin that survived decades to become one of the most sought-after treasures in the world. With a value today of $150,500, this little nickel has proven once again that true wealth isn't always shiny. Sometimes it's worn, aged, and cloaked in history. And remember, we still have one more coin to go. Coin number 5 is waiting, and its story is so extraordinary, you will not want to miss a single word. This is U.S. Coin Worth Secrets, the channel you can trust, the place where we reveal fresh treasures every single day. Stay with me because the finale is coming, and it's going to be legendary. Coin number 5. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we arrive at the final chapter of today's treasure hunt. If you thought the last 4 coins were extraordinary, wait until you hear the story of this one. Because this coin is not just a nickel, it's a piece of history forged in fire, born out of war, and now standing tall as one of the most valuable treasures ever to come out of American coinage. I'm talking about the 1944 Monticello 5-cent war nickel with the large P mint mark. At first glance, it may seem like just another wartime nickel. But if you look closely, if you know what you're holding, you'll realize that this coin is a masterpiece. A relic. A symbol of America's wartime strength and sacrifice. And today, it is valued at a price so staggering, it feels like holding a hidden fortune right in your fingertips. Let's step back into the year 1944. The world was at war. The Allies were pushing across Europe. D-Day had just stormed the beaches of Normandy. Every resource, every factory, every person in America was working toward one goal: victory. And during this time, the U.S. Mint had to make sacrifices, too. Nickel, one of the key metals in regular coinage, was desperately needed for tanks, armor, aircraft, and weapons. The mint responded by altering the very composition of the 5-cent piece. From 1942 to 1945, the standard nickel was transformed into what we now call the war nickel, struck with a secret blend of 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. This was no ordinary 5-cent piece anymore. It was literally made from precious metal and carried a distinct look and feel. It was America's coin of war, and the 1944 issue, with its bold mint mark, stands as one of the finest examples of this historic change. Now, what makes the 1944 war nickel so unique? It's the large P mint mark placed above Monticello's dome on the reverse. This was groundbreaking. It was the very first time in history that Philadelphia, the nation's oldest mint, placed its mint mark on U.S. coinage. Prior to the war nickels, Philadelphia coins were anonymous, no mint mark at all. But during the war years, the mint wanted these special coins to stand apart, so they stamped them with bold, oversized mint marks. On the 1944 nickel, that large P sits proudly, almost shouting at you, "This is not just a nickel, this is history." Collectors love this feature. It's not subtle. It's not hidden. It's bold and obvious. When you see that large P, you instantly know you're looking at a silver war nickel. And in the world of coin collecting, that unmistakable identity is part of what makes this piece so exciting. But here's where it gets even more thrilling. While millions of war nickels were struck, the survival of coins in fine condition is far rarer than people think. Remember, these coins were spent during the height of the war. They passed through countless hands. They were used to buy rationed goods, bus tickets, postage stamps, and war bonds. Many were lost, melted, or simply worn down to nothing. So in a 1944 with P war nickel surfaces in fine condition, showing its details clearly, retaining its silver alloy integrity, and carrying that historic mint mark strong and proud, collectors scramble for it. It's not just about owning silver. It's about owning a relic of wartime America, a relic that survived 80 years intact and now stands as a crown jewel for serious collectors. And now comes the revelation, the moment that separates this coin from ordinary nickels forever. A 1944 Monticello 5-cent war nickel, with large P mint mark and fine condition, is valued today at an absolutely breathtaking $152,500. Yes, you heard that right. $152,500. A single nickel that has transformed into a fortune. Owning this coin is not like holding pocket change. It's like holding a treasure chest in miniature form. And let me make this absolutely clear. This is not fiction. This is not exaggeration. These are real current market prices. Auction houses, private collectors, and dealers all agree. This coin is a heavyweight in the numismatic world. And the value isn't slowing down. It's rising. Day by day, year by year, the demand for these coins grows stronger. If you have this coin, you're sitting on a treasure that could make you rich overnight. And tomorrow, it could be worth even more. This is why collectors chase it so fiercely. It's a coin that isn't just valuable, it's legendary. So what should you do if you find or inherit a 1944 with P war nickel? First, handle it with absolute care. Never clean it. Never polish it. Those natural surfaces and the history embedded in its fine details are what give it its power. Cleaning it could erase decades of authenticity. Second, get it authenticated and graded by a reputable grading service. This seals its condition and makes it undeniable in the eyes of collectors and auction houses. And finally, secure it properly, in a protective holder, away from moisture, away from damage. Because this is not just a coin, it's wealth in its purest, most historic form. Collectors who treat these coins with respect are the ones who reap the rewards when the market climbs higher, as it surely will. So here we are. The journey through 5 extraordinary war nickels has brought us to this final dazzling treasure, the 1944 Monticello 5-cent war nickel with large P mint mark. A coin born in wartime, minted in silver, and today standing as a 6-figure masterpiece valued at $152,500. Think about that. A nickel worth over $150,000. A small piece of metal transformed into a monumental treasure. This is the magic of numismatics. This is why coin collecting is not just a hobby. It's a journey into history, a path to hidden wealth, and sometimes a doorway to overnight riches. And remember, here on U.S. Coinworth Secrets, you can trust every word. We bring you faithful daily updates. We reveal the secrets the market is whispering. And we show you the coins that can change your life. Stay with us, because this is only the beginning. Every day, new treasures are waiting to be revealed. And who knows, the next great fortune might already be in your pocket.